Wonder how this will work out. CNBS invites David Sachs to discuss Elon Musk's package. Compensation package, of course. Now, before I watch this clip, it is worth pointing out that there's probably at least a 4 standard deviation gap between these two. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, good.
David, is Elon Musk worth $50 billion?
I mean, I think he is, because if he leaves the company, I think they're in bad shape. I think he's critical to that company continuing to innovate and doing new things, like the Optimus project on robotics, like new versions of Tesla. I mean, there's still a lot of innovation left at that company.
So straight off the bat, very valid point. Now, as I've said in the past, autonomy will dwarf Tesla's automotive and energy business, and Optimus will dwarf autonomy. And I do mean this. I've said before, and I really mean it. Optimus, fully realized, will make the rest of Tesla's businesses, including autonomy, which itself is a $10 trillion opportunity, look like a rounding error. Now, it's not to say that Tesla would implode without Elon Musk. They're in a great position in terms of electric vehicles and energy storage products, and on the cusp of solving autonomy. However, over the very long term, with Musk at the helm, on the back of Optimus in particular, it is absolutely possible that this company's valuation could increase by multiple orders of magnitude. Let's make an example, Apple. Now, in case you haven't figured it out, Tim Cook, the current CEO of Apple, is an operator, not an innovator. Apple's continued to coast along, milk its existing brand, its existing customer base, but there's been absolutely no innovation at this company since the passing of Steve Jobs, and I mean none.
Oh wait, no bro, they made a watch and AirPods, bro.
A fucking watch and some wireless headphones. Cool story, bro. I'm not here to diminish Apple, okay? But let's be honest here. Even before Jobs passed away, he was thinking about a VR headset, and that's not going too well. They failed miserably with their electric vehicle, which has since been cancelled. All Apple has done now is incrementally update existing products, make them a little bit better each time.
Oh, look, a new camera. Cool story, bro. Upgrade, please.
And start milking services. And by the way, robbing, and I mean just criminally high fees on the App Store. You guys know, right? Apple takes a 30% cut of everything through the App Store. And that includes people subscribing to, say, for example, X. All of my X subscribers who subscribe through an iOS device. Apple rob me of 30% of that. And this is the risk that Tesla would face if Musk moves on. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to move on. I'm just saying if there's no Musk, the future of Tesla shifts from extraordinary to decent, pretty good, above average. For those who don't know, all three of you, I actually have a Tesla valuation model, which you can find exclusively on Patreon if you join at the investor level and above. And in that valuation model, which produces my fair valuation for Tesla over the next decade, after each of my scenarios with its estimates, vehicles sold, margin, FSD subscriptions, Tesla fleet, bot sales, the whole thing, all the estimates, check it out, there's a lot of them. After all of that, figuring out what's a reasonable multiple on earnings, once that figure's spat out, I then apply what I call, literally by the way, a Musk multiple to this figure. Because I believe that Elon's involvement at Tesla itself meaningfully increases the value of the company because of his ability to innovate, execute, drive change, get stuff done faster than anyone else, to push people to their limits, to drive innovation. He's an invaluable asset. If you look at what this guy's done across multiple realms over multiple decades, he's an absolute machine, a monster. There is no other. For him to be able to participate in a tiny amount of value created in one of his companies here, Tesla, via some stock options for compensation, only after producing extraordinary results that most people thought were absolutely impossible, seems only fair.
He's absolutely instrumental to that. But look, again, I would go back to what the shareholders said in 2018. 73% of them said that if you can hit these targets, great. You get rich, we get rich. Make us rich. We are happy. This is a win-win type deal. And that's why they approved it. And I don't think the judge ever should have avoided it. And I think a lot of shareholders will vote for this out of basic fairness, that, they understand that this was a fair deal when it was first approved. And they don't think the judge should have gotten involved in this activist way and voided it.
Can confirm I voted yes again. I voted yes at the time back in 2018. And note that David Giant Nutsacks, accurately described this fake judge as an activist. There should never be any form of activism within the judicial system, because that in and of itself inherently implies bias, unfairness, unjustness. And Kathleen McSeebohm, in her statement around this case, opening sentence, words to the effect of, should the world's richest man get paid a fuck ton more money? Literally, it's absolutely ridiculous. She's a weasel. And the reason that this has happened, it's a directive from the Biden administration. Elon bad, billionaire bad. Wait, Elon billionaire? Oh, double bad. Go get him. It's ridiculous. As I said before, a deal's a deal. This should never have happened. This being overturned, knocked back by an activist pretending to be a judge. It's outrageous. I saw this post on X from Pomp. I have yet to hear a sound argument for why Elon Musk should not receive the compensation package that shareholders previously approved. And some guy with 3 first names reposted that and added this. There are no sound arguments. Those voting no are either 1. Communists. 2. Virtue signalling communists, possibly managing money for other people. 3. Have sand in their vag because Elon has opinions. Or 4. Have sand in their vag because they lost money betting on short-term Tesla options. End. What an outrageously accurate thing for somebody to say. Who is this guy? I might follow his account. Oh wait, that's me. No wonder I agree with him. Here's a relevant post from Nick who put this together. It's pretty incredible how far Tesla has come in just 10 years in terms of affordability. Check this out. We're looking at a comparison between the 2015 Model S P85D, by the way. This is not the very first version. This is the 2015 version. Model S first came out in 2012. But this is just the last 10 years. For $108,000 in 2015, you could get 253 miles of range, 155 mile per hour top speed, and a 3.1 second 0 to 60 time. In 2024, about a decade later, you can get a Model 3 performance with more range, 303 miles versus 253, a higher top speed, 163 miles per hour versus 155, and a faster 0 to 60 time of 2.9 seconds versus 3.1 seconds on the Model S back in 2015 for half the fucking price. Never mind the FSD capability and a bunch of other improvements as well. Now, as David Sachs points out, Musk himself has been instrumental in Tesla achieving extraordinary things. Obviously, he's not the only person working at the company, but his ability to recruit talent and to drive people to perform their best and produce results like this is unmatched. Remember when Tesla said they were going to start at the high end, low volume, high price, invest those profits into medium volume, medium price, and then eventually to high volume, low price vehicles? They're doing what they said they were going to do. A decade later, you've got a better vehicle for half the fucking price, and they ain't going to stop there. And this is just one insight, just into the automotive business. Without Elon Musk, this does not happen. You guys may have seen a recent video in which Ashok Elaswamy, Tesla Autopilot and AI, talked about how instrumental Elon Musk was in terms of driving AI and autonomy at Tesla, pushing the team to do the near impossible and them actually managing to get it done, even though at the time they thought it was crazy, going all in on computer vision, a big brain, big ball moment that many so-called experts thought was insane, laughed at, wasn't possible, and so on. There's this incredible AI hardware. I could keep going on and on and on and on. This post from the top G at Tesla AI and Autopilot explaining how instrumental Musk was to getting these results. Well, consider this a part 2. Check out this post from Milan, currently working on Tesla Bot, referencing Ashok's post. Ashok summarized the past decade very well. When I hopped in my friend's Model S in 2015, by the way, look at that, 2015. That same vehicle, it hit me in a weird way. That car was running software all around, had a nice big touchscreen, finally an actual screen, was receiving frequent feature updates over the air, and came with a mobile app for essential remote controls. How could a big car company build something like this? Didn't make sense back then, and still today, for many. My interview with the Autopilot team early 2016 was very different than most interviews I'd ever taken. We first had a technical discussion on something I had built before, with several engineers and the executive in charge of the group at the time. An actual whiteboard chat where we were all bouncing ideas on the matter together. The only places I'd ever seen the face of anyone above, at best, a team lead during interviews, was at some small startups. Every one-to-one interview that followed was similarly practical. Real coding situations you'd encounter as an engineer, not useless leak code trick questions typically found in other big companies' interviews. When we got done, the recruiter walked me through the office. Everyone was sitting literally next to each other. Autopilot software, hardware, vehicle firmware, and many other teams interacting live without friction. And by the way, this is emblematic of Tesla's integration and crosstalk between teams. This is why they can do stuff at every level of the company that you'd never find in, say, a traditional automotive company. Because all of the teams talk together. Design, engineering, manufacturing, everybody. They're not siloed as they are in just about every other company. Eventually, we walked past Elon Musk's desk and he was sitting right there next to the engineering teams, not in any separate ivory tower. 1 week in the job, and I was already in a team meeting with him, brainstorming Autopilot technical challenges, exactly how it went during my interview. And that went on almost every single week for the 8+ years that followed. It soon became pretty clear that Elon was directly behind that culture of pragmatic innovation, percolating through all aspects of the company. This is a key sentence. A Tesla insider, been at the company nearly a decade, explaining that it's pretty clear, and it was pretty clear soon after starting at the company nearly a decade ago, that Elon was directly behind Tesla's culture of pragmatic innovation. No Elon, no culture of innovation, no results. Again, like halving the cost of a better vehicle in less than a decade, or the progress with autonomy, or what's happening with Optimus humanoid robot. Week after week, I've witnessed that relentless drive to build features that make people's lives better and safer, removing roadblocks and unnecessary layers one after another, systematically drilling down to the fundamental why. All of this while sleeping at the factory during Model 3 production hell. Again, I'm glad they got out the other side of production hell. Designing new vehicles, working on bills of material reductions, and launching new factories across the globe. During that entire time, through all these chapters, news headlines and other difficult company-wide moments, and while landing rockets on drone ships in the ocean, Elon was still sitting with us in a room every week, often more, with the only objective of building things that will change humanity for the better. When he announced Tesla would soon start a humanoid robotics program to fuel a future of abundance at AI Day 2021, many once again laughed and doubted. 2 years into the program, and Tesla is actively testing early versions of what could well be the first full-fledged humanoid robots equipped with articulate hands autonomously conducting real tasks in real factory via an end-to-end neural net, running entirely on the bot's compute hardware. And again, using 2D cameras only. Whether at Tesla or not, I'd say the same. Without Elon, none of any of these amazing things would have ever happened. I can only imagine what a lesser future we'd be living without his involvement and dedication. If you own Tesla shares, please find 5 minutes to vote. Now, when insiders at the company, including the most senior, working on AI, autopilot, engineers on the Tesla bot, unprompted are posting things detailing how instrumental Musk is to Tesla's ability to innovate, the incredible, extraordinary results they've produced, it's hard to understand why any outsiders fail to accept the incredible amount of value that Musk adds to Tesla, or don't think he's entitled to an extremely small slice of any value created through extraordinary effort, determination, and having produced incredible results. I guess some people just really like to bite the hand that feeds. Want more content? Early access? A bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR or I can keep going. Plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game has improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.